The young Filipino boy stands backstage, surrounded by the distant echoes of cheering crowds and the hum of stage equipment. His small hands grip an old toy microphone he has carried since childhood, the faded plastic reminding him of the many nights he spent practicing in a tiny room back home. His clothes, simple and slightly worn, show the journey he has taken, but his eyes shine with a mixture of fear and determination. He takes slow breaths, trying to steady the trembling in his fingers as he listens to the booming voice announcing the next performer. Crew members rush past him, but for a moment, everything feels completely still. He thinks of his family, watching from thousands of miles away, believing in him more than he believes in himself. The weight of their hopes sits heavily on his shoulders, yet it also pushes him forward. The curtain sways slightly with every movement on stage, and each sway feels like a reminder that his moment is getting closer. When a staff member signals that it's time, his heart races, but he lifts his head, wipes the nervous sweat from his palms, and takes a determined step toward the bright lights waiting for him. The boy steps out onto the massive AGT stage, and for a moment, the world feels overwhelmingly bright. The blinding spotlights hit his face, and he instinctively squints, trying to adjust to the sudden intensity. The audience murmurs softly, curious about the small, shy kid who looks both nervous and fragile. His footsteps echo across the stage, each one slower than the last as he approaches the microphone. Simon leans forward, his eyes narrowing with interest, noticing how the boy's hands tremble slightly. Heidi offers a warm, encouraging smile, hoping to ease his fear, while Sophia watches him with gentle concern. The boy swallows hard, trying to steady his breathing as he reaches the center. For a moment, silence fills the room, thousands of eyes watching him, waiting. One of the judges asks his name and where he is from, and his voice comes out soft and shaky, barely above a whisper. The judges exchange a quick glance, sensing his anxiety. Despite the pressure surrounding him, there is a flicker of determination in his eyes. He takes one more deep breath, gripping the microphone tightly, knowing that this could be the moment that changes everything for him. The boy stands beneath the harsh stage lights, gripping the microphone as if it's the only thing keeping him steady. When the judge gently asks about his story, he hesitates, his eyes drifting downward as he gathers the strength to speak. His voice trembles as he explains that he grew up in deep poverty, often singing on the streets to help his family earn a little money. The audience grows silent, sensing the weight of his words. He pauses, swallowing hard, before revealing the most painful part, losing someone he loved deeply, someone who always encouraged him to keep singing even when life felt impossible. His voice breaks for a moment, and the room seems to hold its breath. Simon's expression softens, the usual sternness replaced by a rare empathy. Heidi leans forward, visibly moved, while Sophia places a hand over her heart as tears gather in her eyes. The audience, once buzzing with energy, now sits quietly, many already emotional. The boy wipes a tear from his cheek, apologizing softly, but Simon gently tells him to take his time. In that moment, the entire room feels connected to his struggle, his courage, and the raw honesty behind every word. As the music begins, the boy closes his eyes for a brief moment, gathering every fragment of strength he has left. When he finally sings the first note, it comes out fragile but hauntingly beautiful, carrying a depth of emotion far beyond his age. The room instantly shifts, every whisper stops, every heartbeat seems to pause. His voice rises gently, filled with pain, hope, and memories that still sit heavy in his heart. With each line, he pours out everything he has held inside for years, his small frame trembling as he pushes through the hardest parts of the song. The judges are visibly shaken. Sophia presses a tissue to her eyes, struggling to hold back tears. Heidi leans back in her chair, stunned by the purity and strength in his voice. Even Simon, usually composed, blinks slowly as emotion wells in his eyes. The audience is just as affected, some cover their mouths in disbelief, others already wiping away tears. The camera captures faces across the room caught between admiration and heartbreak. As the boy reaches the final chorus, his voice cracks with raw sincerity, making the entire theater erupt with emotion. By the time he finishes, a profound silence takes over, heavy with awe and compassion. The final note fades, and for a heartbeat the entire theater remains frozen, overwhelmed by what they just witnessed. Then, almost instantly, the audience rises to their feet in a roaring standing ovation. The boy stands trembling at center stage, tears streaming down his face as he tries to process the sudden wave of cheers and applause. His chest rises and falls rapidly, overwhelmed by emotion. Simon pushes his chair back and stands up slowly, his expression a mix of shock and admiration. Without a single word, he steps forward and slams his hand onto the golden buzzer. The impact echoes across the room just as a burst of gold confetti explodes from above, shimmering under the bright stage lights. The boy covers his face, crying harder as the golden rain falls around him like a dream turning into reality. The judges rush toward him, Heidi wraps him in a warm hug, Sophia holds his shoulders, and even Simon approaches with a proud, gentle smile. The audience continues cheering, some still wiping tears from their eyes. In that moment, the boy stands in the middle of the golden storm, finally realizing that his life has changed forever.